All right, guys, well, I'm back today discussing some high value and budget AR-15s. This has been a staple of the channel since the early days, as well as discussing the optics that go on top. But today we're going to be focused on a few different high value opportunities and deals going on right now. This actually spurred from a conversation with a guy I had at work, telling him that it's really a great time if you were interested in the AR platform to grab one. The prices are some of the cheapest I've seen in the lifetime of the channel. A lot of these companies, I've been reviewing their products for over 8 years now and really developed a great understanding of their strengths and weaknesses. So we're going to be discussing a few different options to grab an AR for stupid cheap. Before we get too far into it, I do want to give a huge shout out to our channel sponsor, New Republic Ammunition through Target Sports USA. Target Sports USA has their own in-house lineup of ammo, and not just the 223 and 5.56 and 9mm that you would commonly find, but things like 357 and 7.62x39. They also have an Ammo Plus membership service that you can sign up for. They get you 8% off and free shipping with no minimums. So if you just wanted to grab a box or two and you're an Ammo Plus member, just throw it in, get the discount and free shipping even on a box or two. But let's dig into different ways to save on the AR platform. One of the first things I want to mention is most of this info will be organized over on the campsite page, and the campsite page will be in the description below. So definitely bookmark that page and take a look back. And it was specifically updated for this video, so you won't want to miss those opportunities over there. The deal that I want to discuss is from Bear Creek Arsenal. And what we're going to be doing is talking about some of the cheapest opportunities to grab one for right at about $350 and pushing the limits right up to about $550 and kind of some bonus ARs past that point. But again, the first one is Bear Creek. Now, Bear Creek is offering one of their complete side charging upper assemblies right at about $205. There's also different free shipping options depending on how much you add to your cart. And I believe the cutoff is about $300, but they're always changing depending on when you watch this video. But this is the side charging upper that we're going to be discussing today. And the cool thing about this is this one actually has the KNS spade grip located on the end of it that has been really made popular in some of my videos, mounting this to the back of my Toyota Tundra. Now, because of that, I've run a lot of rounds and a lot of rounds fast through this upper assembly, and it's really proven itself out. I'm close to about 1,000 rounds through this complete upper assembly with no failures whatsoever. And again, when we are running rounds down range for these particular videos, this is the same upper we've been using since we did the spade grip AR. So it could have over 1,000. I'm just being a little bit conservative. Comes with a 16-inch barrel, M-LOK free-floating rail system, and a side charging upper assembly. And this complete with everything you need to go, ready to drop on a lower, is $205. Now, the next thing I want to discuss are the lowers that I recommend with a lot of these uppers we're going to be talking about in different ways to acquire an AR. The first is obviously buy one complete, but you can actually save a little bit of money if you buy the upper and lower separately, have the lower shipped to your FFL where you do the 4473 transfer form, and you can get the upper shipped directly to your house in most states, I believe. So that saves you a little bit of money right there, and those are mostly about the ways we're going to be discussing these opportunities. Now, some of the lowers I want to discuss are from Palmetto State Armory, and everything I'm going to be discussing today is cross-compatible, so you don't have to worry about compatibility issues of uppers and lowers. The main lower I want to discuss is actually a blemished lower, and I'm using air quotes because I never really find the blems on a lot of these. It's a complete classic AR lower, and it's got the standard M4 grip and stock, and everything works. They just work. I've never had really any issues with Palmetto State Armory lowers at all, and I've probably had 10 or so over the years with no issues whatsoever. Again, I do a lot of testing of the AR platform, and we're going to be discussing that in a minute, especially looking at this lower right here on this complete PSA setup. But those come in at $120. So when you're looking at that complete upper for right at about $205, then you add the lower for $120, you were looking at $325 for a complete AR. And depending on what accessories you add and different free shipping options at the time, you could get it as low as $340, maybe even $330, and as high as about $350. So we're just going to call it $350 for this particular video. And that's one of the absolute best ARs you can grab right now for that price point, unless you might piecemeal together something yourself. this is going to be a good opportunity. Again, about 1,000 rounds through the upper with no issues, and thousands upon thousands of rounds through PSA lowers with no issues, and they work out great. So that's going to be our base version. And again, you can head over to the campsite page to find that neatly organized for you guys over there. Now, another company I want to mention is actually KAK. Now, KAK has been an OEM manufacturer for a lot of different AR components over the years. You may have actually used their products and not even realized it. Well, now they're direct to consumer, and on their website, they've have billet complete lowers. Now, a billet lower is going to be completely machined, and you get a little bit of enhancements over that standard mil-spec lower, like an enhanced trigger guard milled in, slightly tighter tolerances on different aspects of the lower assembly. This particular one has a beveled magwell, and everything about the fit and finish is spectacular. Now, these generally sell for $225, which normally wouldn't make it into a video like this. But right now, they're actually on sale, complete for $150 with the standard grip in stock. And then on top of that, I've got a coupon code for KAK Industries, which gets you 10% off. And that code is 704 Tactical and can be, again, found over on the campsite page. Now, that drops the price to $135 for a complete billet lower, which is a great opportunity. And their shipping rates are incredibly affordable, especially if you stack a few things in your cart. You'll be surprised how cheap they are. So when you add something like that to one of the side charging uppers or other uppers that are on sale with the limited run deals from Bear Creek Arsenal, again, you can push that $350 limit, maybe to $360, but get something really special for that complete lower assembly, so something to consider. These guys also have a ton of different upper assemblies, but we'll be talking about those in an upcoming video because some of them are a little bit more specialized, being pinned and welded, but those are also great opportunities. But I did want to mention that code, and it's valid on everything over there. And if we're going to push the limits a little bit more, I'm going to discuss Palmetto State Armory. Now, PSA is going to be a little bit more than Bear Creek, and that's because I think their quality when it comes to their durability of their complete upper assemblies are going to be a little bit better than Bear Creek Arsenal. Now, Bear Creek Arsenal really shines in its 223 Wild stainless steel premium barreled upper assemblies that have really good accuracy. But I have had some screws walk loose on the Bear Creek Arsenal rails, so you'll definitely want to make sure that those are tightened down when you get them. Now, PSA has a little bit better built upper assemblies, in my opinion anyways. Again, I've been reviewing these for a while, and I've done some insane torture testing with Palmetto State Armory. You can see this one's got plenty of pot marks, dings, and dents. That's because we shot this thing with a 12-gauge shotgun 3 or 4 times. Dropped it from a 40-foot shooting tower, run over it with a truck, thrown it in the air, smashed it against rocks, covered it in mud and dirt, and it still runs perfectly today. Now, this complete upper assembly from PSA is actually on sale right now for $299. And again, that info will be on the campsite page. So when you combine that with one of the torture-tested PSA complete lower assemblies for right at about $120, you are looking at a $420 AR plus shipping. Again, still sub $500, which is insane. You can also mix and match and add this complete billet lower and push the limits a little bit more again on the price, pushing it maybe a touch closer to about $450. But in my opinion, it's a great opportunity to get a billet lower and a solid, proven, reliable upper assembly that's going to take a beating. This gun has had well over 1,000 rounds through it, probably pushing close to about 1,500 rounds through it now, because every time I do an optics torture test, we actually throw it on this gun and it gets tortured even more. And I barely clean this thing. A lot of times I'll come back, hose it off, let it dry in the sun, drop some oil on the bolt, and it keeps running. If you guys were worried about the reliability of a lot of these ARs in a budget video, I purposely selected uppers that I've been running for years now in high volume scenarios like that Spade Grip Bear Creek Arsenal upper, which we have countless rounds on because of the nature of this particular setup in the videos we do. The same is with the Palmetto State Armory complete upper assembly on the torture test build. So these are both guns that I've had a lot of rounds through, have a lot of time behind, and they work. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it gives you a few different high value options to really set out and grab an AR anywhere from the $330-ish price point up to the $450, $500 price point that's going to last you an incredibly long time and do very well down at the range. have a little bit more to spend and you want something that's going to be bomb-proof, or as bomb-proof as you can get for about $450, this is a great opportunity. If you want an entry-level AR, you weren't planning on spending a lot of money, and you just wanted to try it out, this side-charging upper with one of the lowers I discussed is probably one of the greatest opportunities to add an AR to your collection. Or if you wanted a backup or a secondary AR or wanted to try side charging, this is probably going to be one of the cheapest I've seen in a very long time that actually works and has been proven out by me on the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.